Alrighty, y'all, ignore the haircut. It was a hat type of day. Had to make the moves that I had to make. Meeting a new barber tomorrow. We're going to try to fix the problem. But the problems we can't fix lie in the Indiana Pacers defense. Y'all like that transition? Yeah, I know you guys like that. Anyway, let's talk about it. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Boston Celtics just kind of take it to the Indiana Pacers, and not even like a complete blowout way. It just kind of felt like when you got like your little brother or something, and you just kind of holding them off, kind of like this, you know what I'm saying? They trying to swing at you or whatever. That's just kind of what this game felt like the whole time. Like the Pacers were like pretty effective for most of the game. Like they were just kind of doing what they were doing, right? Like playing solid offense for the most part. I mean, they put up 110 points, which in the playoffs is pretty solid, all said and done. They just literally could not stop the Celtics, and primarily Jaylen Brown. Let's just give Jaylen Brown his flowers real quick. Shout out Jaylen Brown. Was super aggressive, was not really even caring to let anybody else touch the basketball at all. He's like, no, I'm going to go do my thing, and that's Jaylen Brown's game, right? That's what we get out of him sometimes. He's out there to go be a scorer and play good defense, and that's what he did today. So absolutely awesome for Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum started out pretty slow, just wasn't making shots or whatever. I know people love to hate on Jason Tatum for whatever reason, but had a really good second half, finished with like 19 in the second half, so hopefully he can kind of carry that momentum into the next game. Al Horford doing Al Horford things, just trying to get rebounds. Did not take nearly the three-point attempts that he did the game before. It was nice to see the Celtics kind of make that adjustment to where they could get better people into the final spot of the swing offense. So shout out them for making that adjustment. Very Celtics move. Derek White still just shooting the ball like crazy, and I just love Drew Holiday watching him play. It's just so fun. Like he just does all the little things right that makes me so happy as a coach. Like I can't even describe all of them. It's just like cutting at the right times and like being the right place to get a rebound, and like just doing a little thing. Like you got a little dude on you, and he's just gonna like be like, okay, I'm just gonna turn around and bump you twice and put this ball in the hoop real quick. Like I'm not gonna overcomplicate this shit. Peyton Pritchard had a really nice stretch there, kind of in the second half too, to kind of just put this game away, if you will. So shout out those guys. And they played O'Shea Brissett for a little stretch there in this game. We got to see a little bit of him, played really good defense, got a couple deflections, went up and got some rebounds. He brings a little bit of a different look than a Sam Hauser traditionally does for them, because he's a little bit more defensive oriented, but still has that size on the wing. So they were probably just like, oh, let's see what kind of different look we can get with Brissett in this one. And so credit to them for being able to experiment with that. But yeah, like the Indiana Pacers didn't like play like bad offense by any means. It was fine. Like I said in the last game, it felt like they just kept where they were just able to stick around. Like they'd get the lead down to like 6 or something like that, and then the Celtics would push it out, and then they'd get down to like 6 again, and they'd push it back out. That's how the first game went. And then the Pacers went on a little run finally, and the offense like really exploded, like it's capable of doing. They're the number one offense for a reason. And so this game, it just never quite happened. So that's kind of what we anticipated, right? Is the Celtics can kind of just be like, all right, we're just going to play our game of basketball, and most times that's just going to result in a win for us. So sorry, y'all, but let's give Pascal Siakam credit. 13 for 17, 2 for 2. Didn't get to the free throw line at all, but he doesn't really like play a game that's going to result in a lot of fouls. And, you know, you can criticize that as you will. Like there's probably something to be said that he could play a more efficient style of basketball, but tonight it didn't matter. I mean, he was plenty efficient, had 28 points. So shout out to him. Andrew Nembhard looks like he's getting a little more aggressive, like especially in attacking the hoop. I feel like he's not settling for as many jumpers, and I think that that's probably an encouraging thing for development and everything. Tyrese Halliburton, though, not really being as aggressive in this one again. I know he wants to pass and stuff, but you're going to get a lot more passes kind of once you start to be more aggressive. So that's what I would tell him with that. I thought there was a couple times this game, too, where I know I described a couple videos ago when I was like, man, when I watch Halliburton, he just kind of like breaks my brain sometimes with some of these passes. Like he makes them work, but I'm like, I feel like you're making some of these passes way too complicated. And I think this game he got a little bit. I don't want to say they caught on to him, because it's not like he was turning the ball over. It's just the passes weren't quite as crisp this game. So just something I noticed. You still got a really good game out of Obi Toppin and TJ McConnell. I thought Ben Shepherd played a nice basketball game. Isaiah Jackson brought the physicality. I just think this was a case of the Celtics were just far more talented, and the Pacers aren't a great defensive team to start with. This isn't like the New York Knicks where they could kind of close in on them a little bit more, because the Knicks offense got really simple towards the end of the series just because they didn't have a ton of players to draw from, and not many people could create at that point. Like the Celtics can kind of just do whatever, and like there's not going to be an easy adjustment for how you guard these guys because somebody's going to be open. Like even on some of those ones where they were hard hedging Tatum a little bit, and they got Derek White involved in it then, so they were like, all right, well then you're going to have your recovery guys are going to be on Derek White, so good luck with that. And then what happens is the swing would go to like a Horford or something like that, and then like a Jaylen Brown or something. So, you know, shout out them for making those adjustments and everything. I don't know if the Pacers are going to win a game in this series. I would like to think that the Celtics are just going to be like, we can just keep doing this and it can happen. But like the Pacers, this is 2 games in a row, though, where they've stayed within striking distance late into the game, and their offense could let them do that. But this is also 2 games in a row where we've seen that they're not able to stop anybody defensively. Because, like, Tatum hasn't played great in, like, either... Like, Tatum was good in the last game. He just had a bad fourth quarter. Like, he hasn't been, like, just completely take over Tatum by any means, and, like, they haven't been able to get it done. And like in the first game, they probably should have gotten it done. And so maybe I should take that back a little bit. Like they really should have won that game, but they didn't. So I guess if the Pacers keep it within striking distance, like there's always a shot, but it's still, regardless, 2 games that they haven't really been able to stop them, right? They're relying on an offensive explosion rather than getting a stop. But yeah, pretty simple for this one, y'all. Like the game was very similar to watch, in all honesty. It's just like I said, like third quarter wise, just the explosion never came. So that's all I really got for this one. I don't think I'm gonna get to watch the Minnesota Dallas game tomorrow, and that breaks my heart. I've got some family things that I got to attend to where I just got to be in some places or whatever. So I'll try to see as much of it as I can. I'll try to get you guys a video on it. I just can't promise it. So thank you guys as always for watching. We just hit 1,500 subscribers. The channel's blowing up right now. I just posted 2 of my best videos ever. So thank you guys. I sincerely appreciate it. I'll mention it in the next video too, but until next time, y'all, we'll see you later. Bye.